when you were young and you're...
Right, I'm going to save people a lot of time by doing this. Oh, bloody hell, I didn't even spell buy correctly. This is the new Freely... But yeah, this is the new Freely box by Humax. It came out not so long ago in February, so it is very new. But yeah, so for people who don't know what Freely is, it's an IPTV service providing free-to-air TV in the UK. I am reading off a script. It's essentially the free version of Sky Glass. So yeah, Freely launched in 2024, and at the time it was only available on smart TVs. But it wasn't until 2025 when they announced they'll be getting into smart boxes like this one. Humax announced in September of 2025 that a Freely recorder was in the works, leading many people to question whether it can record Freely channels, which it can't. Sorry, spoilers. And so far it's only the third Freely box to launch. They were beaten by a company that said they weren't going to make Freely boxes. But yeah, if you want to get these, which probably don't, for some reason they're still selling on Richer Sounds, Argos and Currys. And also, £249. Yep, remember that price for later. But for now, let's go back to when I was happier. Alright, let's go back to the unboxing, shall we? It's the morning now, and I'm going to show you some video footage that it is the morning.
What the fuck? Left the trap. No shit.
Anyways, you can't see that. Look what I bought yesterday. £249. The Humax Aura EZ 4K recorder. Oh, excuse me. 2 terabytes, which is 1 terabytes. It's got iPlayer, ITVX. Never liked ITVX. Channel 4, Channel 5. Also, the box is very long and thin. What does it say on the back? I wouldn't be surprised if I just put a prompt to ChatGPT saying, what does this thing do? And more promotion on Freely. What the hell does the sticker say? I'm secure. Check content if seal is broke. Oh, this is just an Argos sticker. Yeah, still advertising Freely despite the fact I bought the bloody thing. Yeah, I think it just says the same things on this bit. Oh no, specifications, contents in the box, what you need. We'll see if batteries are also included for the remote. Made in Korea. Don't keep that in mind for later. Got Dolby Audio, audio descriptive, HDMI. Oh, and it's UKCA. Because they don't have Freely in France. Well, probably because in France they call it Freely. And by the way, always ask your parents... How do I cut the returning seal? God, idiot reviews. Oh, you can tell when the seal's been removed. That's a good thing they've done it in this box design, which is the only good box design. This is a shit angle. Right, immediately out the box is just cardboard heaven. You have a sealed manual, but the manual's online, so got a remote, and it does come with AAA batteries, and it looks like this. And there's a Freely button there, but there's another Freely button there. Oh, and it says Freely on the remote, and there's wires there. Oh no, this is the Ethernet cable. Cardboard here. Oh, it's in a box. Oh, it's cables. We have the aerial thing here. And then over here we have another HDMI cable. I don't know why I said another, like we already got one of those. And the plug for the thing. The plug's massive, I have to say that. So yeah, compared to my lamp plug, that's a big plug. And now this should be the main box with the thing inside. How am I meant to open it? Oh, I see. Here it is. In its seal. Freely. And it's in even more seal. Oh, bloody hell, the sound. It's already dented. It looks, they do look like dents. And this thing at the bottom. Oh, God. Sound horrible. Yeah, volume, I'm assuming. Down and up, I'm assuming. That's probably changing the channels. And the on button. So this is what I paid all the money for. There's a hard drive in here, so I'm not going to shake it all about. On the back, there's a warranty seal. Ooh, yeah, all the stuff from the pictures with the aerials, the Ethernet, I'm assuming that's something to do with the audio, HDMI, and the power. We never got to see the bottom of this. It looks like this. More warranty seals. There is a USB on one side and nothing on the other.
Yesterday's gone.
Okay, I got everything set up here. I have the TV in front of me, and I also have the Freely box there. There's another camera filming it. So we're just going to turn on the mains and see what happens. Right, so red lights just come on, so it's off, I'm assuming. This camera's blurry, hold on. Okay, we can hear a hard drive, but I've just realised that I haven't plugged in the HDMI, so give me 2 seconds. God, I'm stupid. Oh, so off the bat, pin setup. There is no batteries on the remote. I did not set this up right. Hold on. It should work now. There we go. Something I noticed in the camera is that the shutter speed is set to 1/60, as it's usually supposed to be 50 Hertz like the electricity. So if I were to go to the camera and change the shutter speed, you can see it's flickering. You could definitely tell it's not running at 50 Hertz. Right, so let's my Wi-Fi network. I think I have to do some blurring. Oh god, yeah I do. That's my Wi-Fi. There we go. I should mention that I'm trying to set up the Freely box without an aerial, just to see if it can do that. Check in for system updates. We can skip it. Oh, a nice, it's a poorly rendered photo of the Freely logo on screen. Yes, English. That's where I live. Oh, bloody hell. Right, this is where the fun stuff happens. Because I purposely didn't connect an aerial to it. And also, despite coming out this month, as of filming, February 2026, London Live, that's not a channel anymore. BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Four, ITV2, they haven't had these logos for years. It's just something that grinds my gears a little bit. Like, stop. Yeah, no shit, there are no channels available. There's no aerial connected to it. There's a helicopter in the background. Right, so it's found no TV channels on the aerial, but 132 on Freeview, so not bad. Set up remote control. Oh, this is, I'm assuming it's for the TV turn off and TV, whatever you want to feed your source in. Oh, there's a bunch of things I need to... Oh, bloody hell. Search TV brand first. Oh, bloody hell. Ah, it's glowing red. It's telling me that it will glow red. Enter 3-digit code. What 3-digit code? Well, my TV's now turned off, so I'm assuming it works. I'll do. This camera's really entertaining. It's filmed to nothing for 7 minutes. Oh, bloody hell. Private policy and terms and In case you care, here's the entire private policy. And here's the terms and conditions. Nailed it. And then here's the license agreement. Oh, made in Korea. Install complete. Let me see my channels, alright? Continue. Finalizing. Oh, what's it doing? Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Oh, bloody hell. All for free! It's giving me more advertisements. I bought the bloody thing. Yes, I understand. I know what I'm committing... Oh, for fuck's sake. All of the terms and conditions was just for Humax, not for Freely. I have to do a separate Freely terms and conditions? Bloody hell. Start watching. Where's the sound? Do I just not have sound on? No. Oh, nice. A BBC report about murder. What was I expecting? Right, it turns out you can change the frame rate to 50 Hertz. For some reason, it's automatically set to 60, which is just stupid. And 1080... I'm gonna move. Right, I've connected it to the TV in the living room, so I'm able to test out all the 4K... Oh, they got pointless. All the 4K settings about. I know that none of the channels are in 4K, but it still looks like the visuals haven't changed that much since I meant from 1080p. So now if I'm going to see if I can connect an aerial to this... Yeah. I connected the aerial in, and I accidentally turned the sound off. Hold on. So let's see if we can get to, I think, channel broadcast. I say automatic channel search. Yep. So now that I have an aerial in, it should search up for more channels. There we go. Also, it does seem, hold on. It does look like it's very close to the bottom and very far away from the top. It's just something to notice. Yeah, it's quite quick in getting the TV channels ready. Actually, it was taking a while at the end there. Also, something worth noting is that the version box is smaller than the Humax. What's that? Is that the loading bar? That's just the circle? Ah, that was just the Freely channels. So where are the Freeview channels? Where are they? Because you can tell it's the same thing. It's got the BBC thing in the corner. Just give me 2 seconds, sorry. No. I got rid of it. It's not on me. I returned it to Argos. I don't have it anymore. All I have is this, the the label. Check contents if seal is broken. Ooh, imagine. Just put it here for now, where it belongs. Well, the first thing I like to talk about is the stuff I forgot to put in the script, and that is the hard drive is noisy. I don't know why, but compared to the version media one, which is the only other example I have, it's much louder than that. Also, so is the off-on light. It's stupidly bright. I remember my parents complaining as they were trying to watch Netflix and the bloody lights were staring at them, beaming into their eyes. Another thing is that their HDMI is tricky to reach. You have to keep putting your head forward and forward and forward until you actually see the HDMI. Oh yeah, and at launch, they announced that they were making an app for the system. The box, I've forgotten the name. My hand's supposed to be this side. And so far, the app in question has not been updated since last year. And I've just looked it up. It says on their website that it's currently under testing. So they couldn't be bothered to make the app whilst they were making the set-top box, which is stupid. Right, now the stuff I've actually written down. Firstly, despite me changing the resolution to 50 frames a second, which is what it's meant to run at, it still felt as if several frames were being skipped over. So it's likely that the 50 frames a second broadcast was rendered at 60 and then played back again at 50, which isn't ideal. And also most users would probably not care about that. What users might be more bothered is that most of the other channels that aren't BBC run at 25 frames a second instead, which includes S4C, which runs at 50 frames a second on iPlayer, and UK TV branded channels such as Dave are also broadcast in standard definition, meaning the Freeview broadcast for those channels is slightly better, which again isn't ideal. Another thing is that the box set as a whole does run rather slow on Freely. I'm not just focusing on how long the channels load for, but more on navigating through the box altogether. Sometimes it must have taken a whole second for it to recognise I pressed the button to change the channel. There have been several times where it says the programme I was watching was the one I was watching last night when I turned the box off, which isn't ideal. Many people have already reported on this bit, but in Freely, on Freely, you need to sign into ITVX to get access to ITV channels because, oh, you know ITV, not really the sharpest tool in the shed, isn't it? However, if you do press the yellow button, an error message pops up saying that you can't do that, meaning you have to go on the ITVX app and sign in that way. And yes, it couldn't even load the ITVX logo for me. Another drawback to this ultra high definition recorder, which by the way there are no Ultra HD channels on Freely or Freeview, it only shows apps that already have TV channels. This means no pay for streaming services such as Netflix or Prime Video, which again isn't ideal. If I zoomed in a bit, I swear this has gone more forwards. It's because I had the paper in the way. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. And what's worse than that is that the 5000T, the Humax box that the current one is based on, already had Netflix pre-installed 8 years prior to this. But like, why have Netflix when you can instead have BBC ACT? Not good enough? How about FEP reference player? Right, it seems like they started adding streaming services and then forgot to finish them. So much so that going on to BBC iPlayer, not only could it struggle to play back QI, and yes, the router was next to the box the whole time, but there is a permanent watermark in the top right-hand corner reading, "Not for production," in all caps. It isn't ideal. Also, there are less apps in the homepage than in the apps location. Also, if you go onto a BBC radio station in the guide, it will tell you to press the red button to listen on BBC Sounds. I didn't test out if it's shown an error message again, but it wouldn't surprise me if it did. Going over to the settings, it completely gets rid of the channel you're watching, which is handy just in case you want to adjust the lip syncing. Other than that, most of the settings are clear in what they're supposed to do, but others aren't. Check out video upscaling. You cannot turn off video upscaling. You could either set it to auto or select 1 through 10 on how sharp or soft, it is tough to say, sorry, on how sharp or soft the image should be. How about display output, which is either auto or full? Very clear. Recording management, which we'll talk about recording soon enough. Soon enough! You are able to adjust the padding time for recording each program, as well as the instant replay and skip forward time between oddly specifically 7 and 150 seconds. There's also TV remote pairing in the settings as well, which controls the buttons at the top left. However, it may select the source output on your TV instead of changing the source, and you need the remote for the TV to change it, therefore the button isn't as important. At the same time, the Virgin Media box set also has this feature, so what? Also, checking for updates, factory resets the box. As Freely doesn't have the ability to record, you instead have to go to a separate recording guide in the settings, to which you can record the programs over Freeview. That is, if you can find the channel. For whatever reason, the channel from the aerials don't always correspond with the Freely channels. For example, the UK TV channels match each other, but BBC 2 HD is channel 806 instead of 2, meaning you have to scroll down to the bottom of the guide just to record BBC 2. You cannot input a number for this guide and go to the channel you want. It is an idea. Something else I should mention is that the big record button on the remote, there's nothing. If you don't want to be doing any of this recording guide malarkey, there is an option in the settings to completely switch off Freely entirely, meaning you should have just bought a Freeview box instead. What's worse is that it runs faster than having Freely disabled. I'm not joking. Now, it's time to talk about the recordings. Recordings play back at 50 frames per second. Good news! The bad news is that it doesn't work after time, with most of your recordings ending up as a blank screen. I must have recorded 8 programs when I had the Freely box. 5 of those recordings were blank screen, including one that was working moments prior. One time when I was recording Britain's Got Talent, I wasn't able to change the channel, and it later told me that it was due to a hard drive problem, despite the fact I've had it for 4 days at that point. I tried turning it off and on again, I tried formatting the hard drive, which it claimed to be a USB drive. Whatever I did, there was no way to get rid of the blank screens. And this wasn't an issue with the aerial. The aerial was working fine. Sometimes when changing the channel, it would only show up as a blank screen as well. What the fuck was wrong with this thing? You couldn't even do series recording. One user on an online forum claimed that he tried to do a series link on EastEnders, only for it to stop recording after 4 days, which is just pathetic at this point. The box I had beforehand, which struggled to record ITV1, recorded much better than this piece of fucking dog shit. The conclusion I can give for the Humax Aura EZ is that I had to return it back to Argos after a week. It was not fit for purpose, and it couldn't run properly, and I felt like it didn't even know what it even did. Freely is set to be the only free-to-air service by the time Freeview eventually kicks the bucket, and we are still in the early stages of Freely, but waiting 5 months for a set-top box only to use it for 5 days. It's really shit. Humax did a terrible job of making Freely look good. It's no wonder why critic reviews on the Aura EZ are non-existent. There's just nothing good to say about it. People's experiences on forums showed that it wasn't just me being unlucky or anything. Many other people have said that they were planning on returning theirs as well. This product should not be sold as it still is. I'm surprised that there's still listings for this online. The box did not do what it was meant to do. The addition of Freely just made it even worse. Also, remember the price from earlier? This costed me 249 British fucking pounds. I don't know why I said fucking. This was what I replaced it with. This. The Manhattan T4R. And despite the fact this is only 1 terabyte, you can buy a 2 terabyte version, also from Argos, for £30 cheaper, and be able to play back recordings. Something else to consider is that Freeview will still be available until at least 2034, which is some 8 years away. You don't need to switch to Freely just yet. The cheapest option to record free-to-air TV is still using Freeview recorders, which are usually much cheaper than Freely or FreeSats. Also, do you really need 2 terabytes of storage? Most of the channels are still in standard definition anyways, so they wouldn't take up loads of storage. And most people just delete their older programs when they're done with them. This is why I only got the 1 terabyte version, because it's 50 quid cheaper than the Freely box. And the 500 gigabyte storage is £80 cheaper, which at the moment is stuck with the 2 terabytes until it bites the bullet. So to wrap this up, don't buy it. It's cheaper on eBay. Right, no. My parents are having a f***ing argument. Love it.
No shit.